What is up, guys? Good morning. It's been a while. I haven't streamed. I don't even think I've streamed last week. I just been a little quiet, which is all good. Sorry for that. I do plan on being consistent with my streams and everything. Just decided to just join with my community that I'm in. Um, if The community I'm in is with YMG Trading, my boy Christian. He's actually the one that actually helped me a lot with my whole trading career. So um, if you guys don't know him, please check him out. He's actually on YouTube right now, but if you want to just search up YMG Trading on either Instagram or on YouTube, uh, anything related to ICT. He was actually a charter student of ICT as well. So uh, if you need anything related to ICT, or if you have any questions, this is the guy here for you. So I'm more than grateful for him for teaching me everything. So I just wanted to start off with that. Personally, I don't even remember the last time I mentioned I shouted him out for anything. So I had to do him that favor because he's done so much for me. So overall, let's just get right to the charts as always, guys. Looking at the daily time frame, I'm just trying, as we can see, let's just go on NQ here. We just want to get out of this consolidation here, guys. This whole range here, I just want to get out of it. Like, I was either happy that we were going to expand lower to continue going lower to maybe like look for some discounts, or we're just going to reverse and expand away from these lows and target these relative highs right here. So as of right now, based off this previous day's candle, I think that is what we're looking for. Nothing really to trade between that, right? There is no gaps. So the next thing you can go from is ERL back to ERL. So that is exactly what we're anticipating for today's price action. This goes for all three assets. As you can see, we had a good closure. We do have a gap here on YM. So we will be watching YM here, what it does within this gap here. But with ES, same thing with NQ. Same idea for as NQ. No gaps in between. So what can we trade into is back to the relative high here. So based off this previous day's candle, we can see how we had a nice C2 closure. We somewhat have an SMT because with ES, we created a failure swing right here. And we were able to take out the low here on NQ. With YM, we actually have an SMT right here. So currently YM is the strongest at the moment, and NQ is the weakest here, right? And then as always, ES is the middle asset. But we can now base off, just based off the daily candle, that we are within a nice C2 closure, right? We had a nice C2 closure, a very strong C2 closure. So I would like to see us continue back to this relative high. The only thing is, guys, is that we do have CPI tomorrow. So that's going to be something that we're going to be extra precautious today, because clearly the day before a high impact news like that is very low probability. And the worst thing is that we have no news today. So this is the reason why we're waiting till 9:30 to see what price does. Sorry, need my coffee. So that's the protocol right now. As always, let's start off with the daily time frame. What are our two options? Either trading the reversal, or are we doing a continuation? I'm saying that we're anticipating a continuation here. Going on to our 4 hour now. Notice how we actually formed a gap at the opening of this daily candle. We do have an SMT here within this within these two first candles, 6 and 10 4 hourly candle. There was an SMT with YM here. Same thing with actually no, not with ES. ES created that failure swing, same as NQ. But as you can see, we are now trading within this specific range right here. We did take up previous day's high here on all three assets, and now we're tracing back into this swing point here. So you can already see how the conditions right now are not really the best, especially because we had this nice bullish closure at the 2 a.m. 4 hour candle, but now we're fully reversing that expansion. So expansion with an expansion. The only thing is that I just don't like is not being able to well, there is an SMT here at this high. question is just looking for shorts. Um, I'm not really. I wouldn't really look for shorts just because it's basically going against the whole higher time frame idea, right? Personally, I would like to see this relative high being taken out, and that this is my only objective for now. So the way I'm looking at it within this 4 hours, at least trading within the range, so like a two stage, one, two, and then the real move happens, right? The way I'm looking at it is I see YM taking this low out, forming a nice SMT with NQ and ES, and then showing the strength on NQ to continue going higher here. This could most likely possibly, I highly doubt this will happen within 9:30, this full-on reversal, but I would like to see the new 10-hour candle, the new 4-hour candle at 10 a.m. do that open, low, high, close type of scenario back to this relative swing point. So that is exactly what we're looking for right now. Really nothing much. Like I said, we do have an SMT here, so we'll mark that out for now. So there is an SMT here. Okay, so we know that NQ is technically the leading asset to this upside here, while while ES and YM are the weakest, considerably YM. Other than that, that's just basically what we're looking at. We're anticipating, the way I'm looking at it is the way I'm just anticipating this SMT to break. First of all, we want to see some type of liquidity being taken to the downside. Clearly, we do have some failure swings here, so we have to see what 9:30 gives us, guys, because it could clearly change the whole idea at 9:30. Personally, I'm not looking for shorts, just because it's not giving me that criteria for shorts. Just based off the daily candle from yesterday, right? I would only be looking for continuations. If that fails, then clearly we have no trade today, so it's really nothing too concerning for me. Like I said, it's low probability today, so I'm not really gonna go aggressive, right? Other than that, that is just basically it here. Let me just save this here. Yeah, okay. Hold on, if I do this here, oh no, I can't show that. Okay, other than that, guys, that's we're actually just about to pass this account here, this trading combine. We're literally just about $130 away, so that's something good that I wanted to mention to you guys, that from when I started streaming till now, that's how I was able to get to this point. So I'm very grateful for that. So just continuing doing what I'm doing every day, right, guys? And I'm also going to be trading a live account with Amp Live. Just it's going to be most likely. I just called them and they told me that I'm going to get my statement funded into my account by tonight. So hopefully we can start tomorrow. Well, maybe not tomorrow because it's CPI tomorrow. I don't really like trading these very high impact news. It's just very two-sided. The way I look at it, but hopefully maybe by Thursday we can engage with our live account. With the live account, I'm just going to be trying to look for like A+ setups, B minimum the B, right? B setups, just because I want to make sure that I'm taking the best trades with the live account, and I'll be using the funded account just to be a little bit more aggressive, I want to say, with it, just so then I can use that income just to either like help me pay some bills, maybe continue putting money into my funded account, or maybe I wouldn't put money into the funded account. I'm gonna grow that on my own, the live account, with my just by myself, just by taking the trades I do every day. And then with the funded, I'll just I'll most likely try to continue increasing the balance out of it, and maybe trying to buy more combines, or maybe I'll separate my eggs and not put it into one basket, and maybe go into alpha futures or What's that one with the lucid trading? Anyways, what doesn't matter. I'll figure out another broker to see what I can do. Maybe I might not do a trading combine type of style. Maybe I'll just get like the live funded ones immediately, and then just trade those, right? Maybe get like 2 accounts. I don't want to go full on aggressive, like getting like 5 accounts, shit like that, right? Like realistically, I only need like maybe 2 accounts. If I can make like 1,000 a week, that's more than enough. Like at the end of the day, I'm not really thinking about the money aspect. I just want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing for my trading style, and I'm not only trading for money, right? Because like let's look what we did for this 2 weeks right now. We're already at $700 for within these 2 weeks. So imagine like just the way I'm already trading. Imagine if I had another account with the same trade. So it would have been $1,400 right now, right? So and that in a week is great. You know what I mean? I'll never complain about that. So at the end of the day, that's exactly my goal right now for that. I'll and then just being consistent with it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like I'm just gonna do the same thing that I'm doing with you guys right now on the live streams. And yeah, that's it. We're always learning too, right? So you're gonna be learning with me, guys, and that's and I want you to guys be there with me on this journey, right? Because you will see how I'm gonna grow this account, this live account, and hopefully I can grow to like a 50K account. You know what I mean? So, and I will. It's just gonna take time, discipline, of course, and then just and always just gonna continue learning from here, right? So, yeah. Other than that, guys, let's get right to it. We have 15 more minutes left till the opening, right? So, as mentioned on the 4 hour, we are within a range here. So I want to see us form an SMT at the bottom of this range. On the 30-minute, you can see how we opened, came back into this, forming the gap, the 4 hour gap, and then coming to retrace, creating a failure swing here. We then came up, taking out previous day's high, and now we're retracing, right? But the one thing I like is how we're creating these failure swings to the upside, right? From the upside here, it's not jagged, right? So it's smooth edges, right? Smooth edges for price to come back to take out liquidity here. So that's just the way I'm looking at it. Again, I want to see us taking out this swing point here on YM, or it could be NQ, doesn't matter at this point. I just want to see some manipulation happen, and I want to see like a reversal point. Most likely we will possibly get it within this hourly candle if we can get the manipulation, and then we can base this closure on the 9 a.m. to see if we are either forming a nice C2, and then we can trade the C3 at 10 a.m., which will be the 4-hour candle, which we can anticipate this be like a C2, and then trade in the C3. So once the hourly and the 4-hour align, then we can trade with confidence, because if we are trading the C1, the hourly C3 and the 4-hour C3, then you just have such higher confirmation that we're willing to continue going higher, especially once you have those confluences like an SMT, a PSP. So it's just being patient, guys, though. It's just being patient, guys. Maybe you can also anticipate a type of sell within this gap coming lower, right? YM tapped into it, ES tapped into it. Looks like NQ hasn't. So that's just an area of interest here. But yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see, because we're just accumulating here, right? We're just accumulating here. So nothing, really nothing yet to confirm that price is willing to leave this inefficiency to come back to ERL and the main objective here. But yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for, guys. So we're just gonna be patient and wait and see. Let's just stick on the 30-minute for now. Yeah, I downloaded the TradingView app too. I feel like it's a little better than just being on the browser. I don't know. I just thought it was a little better here. Yeah, I'm just looking at my stocks right now too. Looking into some positions to see where I can add more here. Trying to see what Apple's doing. I really like how Apple, we can continue going lower here based off this monthly. Like I'm looking at the stocks. It's just the way I trade too. Like how we had a nice C2 closure here, taking out all-time high. Right now, price is now willing, is not showing that we're willing to continue going higher. See, we came into this gap here. Price didn't really expand back to ERL. So we were able to take out this January's monthly candles high, and we closed back within the range, forming this as a C2. So the way I'm looking at it is now price is willing to come back to this ERL here, and most likely back into this gap here, right? Even if we just do it this way, because these are April lows. I'm pretty sure if anyone who invests, we know that a lot of people started buying here on April lows here. Great discount for everything basically, but you can see how we're still in a premium here, right? If you're looking at it this as like a breaker block, then clearly we can see price still dig into this low here, right? Again, it doesn't have to come into a discount, but I would like to see us come a little lower, at least to 243 for Apple. Amazon is same thing, right? You can see how even on the 3-month, we came up to the all-time high and then we failed, forming a nice C2 reversal here. Now this candle was able to break its previous 3-month low, and now we're showing willingness to continue going lower. See how we were able to take out the high, we consolidated a little, expanded lower, having a change in the state of delivery right here, because this is the candle that manipulated this high here, and now we displaced, forming gaps here. So right now I'm just seeing how price can just respect this gap and to continue going lower back to this low resistance liquidity right here in the on the long term. That's the way I'm looking at it. You can see how the -4 deviation is just aligned with this liquidity here. Again, it is long-term investment. Clearly you could still buy here as it's starting to dip, right? You can DCA, right? Like this is a huge dip here. This is like about like 20%. Yeah, 15% is big, right? Even from here, still 20%. That's a huge discount no matter what, for especially for a stock. That is huge. So but again, I feel like the whole market with the seven best companies are showing that we're willing to continue retracing lower back into a discount, just because we've just been going so high, right? Like I would want to see something like this, right? You could see how we have the same situation here, how we formed a gap, came up to take out that high, and then we expanded even lower here, right? See how the gaps show right here. So that's what I'm looking for right now. I guess this is just all based off the whole narrative of of the NASDAQ, SP 500, and of course the YM. It's just that like even on the monthly candle for NQ, we've had this nice C2 closure on January. February we expanded lower, right? So I'm feeling like this March can continue going lower. I'm really liking this gap here, you know, at 2300, 23,000. That's a psychological number too. We'll just round it to 23,000, right? It's just 80 points away, but yeah, this is a really good gap fill that price can definitely come to. And of course, we're thinking of long term. Most likely this could be like a March-May decline, and then maybe by the summer we can get that reversal higher. So that's what I'm looking for right now. Right now I feel like we can just, since we've manipulated, this SMT is like a retracement phase, right? So where can we grab liquidity before continuing lower? Relative highs, right? Realistically, we do have some relative equal highs right here on NQ, but there is a lot of liquidity here on all the assets, all these failure swings. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Again, we do have this gap on YM, so that's something to keep in mind as well, to see how price reacts off that. But yeah, overall, that's exactly what I'm looking for right here with Amazon. American Express. I'm really liking to get into this. I was looking at price when it was here, and then just the way it's just been moving has been moving in my favor. I was looking at this order block right here. You can see how we came into a discount somewhat from right here to here. So price is at a variable fair value, I would say, within this specific range. On the monthly time frame, we don't really have anything to confirm it. But if we can get a nice C2 closure back within this candles range, and then we can get a nice change in the state of delivery right here to continue going higher, then that's a very good move for American Express here. Such a good company. You know, I use American Express, right? So I just like to invest in things that I use personally. Zeta is a AI marketing company that I've been really into a lot. I've been buying, honestly, been buying within this specific range right here in the $18 range. I bought just before with this gap here. We consolidated a lot, came back, retraced lower due to the whole tariffs and the war type of thing. Sorry, to SAS, like to just software companies. We had this big decline just due to the fact that news was mentioning that jobs would be lost due to that, which is why it gave us this decline. But this was a very good fair value area for price to reject, which of course, as you can see, was a swing point on the monthly time frame. Now looking at the daily time frame, we have this nice change in the state of delivery. This would have been a nice area of interest right here once we were able to create support off this down close candle, showing us that price is willing to respect it and to continue going higher, most likely back to this high. That is exactly what I'm looking at right now. And it's actually a beauty because both the 50 and, well, I don't really use this, but I just have it just for extra confluences, is that both the EMAs are crossing, which is a very high confluence for price to continue going higher here. Sophie is a digital bank. It's like a new era type of bank. It's actually a very, very good bank. It competes with the traditional banks. They do a lot more than your traditional banks. So this is something that I was in. I was actually in this somewhere around here, and I was able to ride it all the way up to here. I took profits here at the all-time high, which I knew after a couple of months, see how it consolidated, and then we had this nice retracement lower. So this is the beauty right here, where now within a discount, this can consolidate a little more, if anything. But I've started some positions here already. Well, I already had a position, but I mean, like, I added to the position, right? We're in a discount, we're in a fair value within the monthly time frame right here. So something to keep in mind. If we get a nice C2 closure off this, it could be a very good sign. And then we get displacements out of this change in the state of delivery to confirm this move higher. AMD, I do like it. Again, these are the ones that I've been telling you, except Apple, Amazon, and I want to say American Express, Zeta, SoFi, AMD, NBIS. These are all that are not really correlated with the market. These are moving on its own, right? You can see that they're in discounts compared to the other ones. So just the way I like it, I like seeing this, right? AMD, this is a good area because we hit this swing point here on the monthly time frame, which was a gap. If we can still continue going lower within this range, then that would be great. This is the reason why I have this area of interest, the 50% line, and this swing point here, because we could possibly come into this specific area if it wants to. Overall, I did buy some here. Not a lot, but I did buy some. If we go lower, then that's not a problem. I would continue to buy more. NBI, same thing. Where was it? I did buy here, which was a little dumb, just because on the monthly time frame when I bought, we didn't really take any liquidity out, right? So I needed to see this taken out before that. So once that happened, I'm waiting for some confirmation right now to actually buy a little more here, because we have this resistance here at 100. So I want to really see what price wants to do here. If we can expand out of this and create support, then I'm willing to continue buying here. Okay, let's go back to MNQ, because clearly we've been distracted off that. Okay, so it looks like price is going higher now. Okay, so we have a nice C2 closure on the hourly here. I just don't like how we're leaving now all these failure swings. So personally, I want to see some manipulation here. This is not really something that I like as of right now. So if we're gonna try to trade the move lower, then this could be possibly the chance, because we're opening higher first, right? Then instead of opening lower here to take out this liquidity here, especially on YM, like I mentioned, I want to see YM take this out. So let me just remove this box, to be honest. Let me just... Yeah, we're moving pretty aggressive right here on NQ specifically. Yeah, let's see what happens here. If we can actually continuing go lower here. I want to see what NQ does if it somewhat takes out the high here. Because clearly NQ is the strongest. So you want to just be seeing what NQ does here. If we actually just reject the... what is it on the hourly here? No, we do have this gap here, so we're going to have to see what it does here. Even on the 4 hour too, we want to see what this does here, because we really don't really have any confirmation. So if it's willing to continue going higher, I'd rather wait for this 4 hour closure just to confirm it, this being a C2, just the way it is right now. And we're trading away from really nothing, right? Just creating more failure swings. I'm not really convinced that price is willing to go higher at the moment. But again, if this 4 hour confirms it, then I'll be okay with it, which will be in 26 minutes from now. So we'll just wait and see. If we do see rejection to the upside, then clearly we can see, we can anticipate price to go lower here. Let's see this here. Let me get this gap here. Is there like an SMT here at all? No, we just have the SMT there. We have the gaps here. Let's go on the 5 minute right now. So yeah, we definitely do have an SMT here with YM here. If we start to displace, then clearly we can start seeing this move go lower here, if price is willing to do that, because clearly everything is now aligned here. If we you can see how ES is now reversing here. So I do like that. I just want to see if we actually get that confirmation or not. If we don't displace, then clearly price is not willing to go lower. But this is a good idea from here. The only thing is I just don't like is that we don't have a C2 reversal. I mean a two-stage reversal off this high here. Oh, we actually do. We have a PSP right here. Okay, so we do have a PSP here on the hourly time frame with an SMT, so that confirms it. Then we expanded away, which created a gap. So a gap that is giving us an opportunity to trade into, not trade into it, but to see how it reacts to trade away from, right? So we just have to be, we have to see if that's what price is trying to show us here. Because right now we're projecting the change in the state of delivery. We're still respecting bullish PD arrays. So there is no indication of a sell at the moment. But if this was the move right here, I would like to see it bit of a stop. So I'm not gonna, I wouldn't really want to trade that. I would maybe try to trade, well, we'll put it to like, we'll say 50% of that wick here. But yeah, I do like that. I really do like it. You can see how ES is now doing the same thing here too. NQ right there as well. So not a bad trade idea. We're just going to have to wait for that confirmation. That's all. Oh, nice. Let me just move this here. Yeah, YM with these failure swings looks really good because we didn't really have any manipulation here, right? We did retracement, but we didn't really retrace into anything. Like, we did have this order block here, but I would like to see the swing point being taken out. Like, trading away from this order block isn't really the ideal thing for me. I like to trade. I don't really like using order blocks. I'm more into gaps or just swing points, like relevant lows or highs. Again, if this confirms it with the 4-hour closure, then I will only say that, okay, I'll use the order block. It respected it. Clearly, price is respecting all three assets, and we can continue going higher. But as of right now, I'm not really confident. You can see how NQ is just rejecting. So, yeah, it's just really being patient here and just seeing what price is willing to do here. We have a nice change in the state of delivery on the 3-minute, but I'm going to wait for the 5-minute personally. Yeah, there's even a 30-minute gap within this 1-hour gap as well. So yeah, with ES is looking a little better with its change in the state of delivery here. Sorry, let me just change this up here. I always slouch when I'm sitting down on this chair, man. Damn. Let's look at dollar. Let's see how dollar's doing right now. Dollar really not doing much. Bit of a shitty range, but I see, looking on the daily, we can definitely come into this gap here, which doesn't really give us the confluence of these shorts for the indices. If price is willing to continue going lower here, we are still respecting this gap here. So yeah, within this gap here, we're still respecting it. Let's look at the hourly. This was 8 o'clock right here. On the 4-hour, not much here. We had this order block right here that was respected. Yeah, dollar looks pretty good to go lower here, to be honest. Maybe we can get some manipulation here, because we didn't even manipulate this high here, so dollar could still try to seek some upside before going lower here, which can give us the idea that NQ, the indices, want to do the same thing, manipulate lower before going higher. So that's just an idea right there. Yeah, we do have the S&P entry right here on this candle. So again, we do have that reversal signature, that two-stage reversal, expansion with the gap. Now we're trying to anticipate if we can trade away from that gap to the downside. So it's those are all checking out right now. Like I said, the 4-hour profile, we're in a range, so we're anticipating to trade to the range. On the hourly 30-minute, we have a gap that we can try to trade away from, right, with an SMT, clearly. And now we're waiting for that entry criteria to be taken out, which our entry criteria, we tapped into a higher time frame inefficiency. Now we're seeing if we can trade away from it. I might take a stab here on the 3-minute. So if we can start displacing back to this low here and back to this this 4-hour swing point, then ideally that's exactly what you want to see here. Makes sense. Like I said, we have the SMT. We have the higher time frame inefficiency that we're trading away from with the SMT. As mentioned, we have the reversal signature at the London highs, giving us that a confirmation that we formed that reversal displacement, forming gaps, trading into the gaps, and now trading away from them with the confirmation of an SMT for confluences. And now we have that change in the state of delivery, giving us that move lower. All three assets are aligned. Clearly, NQ will be the least one to expand lower because it's the strongest. But seeing how YM is the weakest, this is why we are trading YM compared to NQ. Right now, I'm gonna go to break even, to be honest, just because I don't want to be. I don't want price to retrace back into us. Realistically, I would want to see us take out this swing point right here. Yeah, we should start seeing this expand. If this starts to reverse, look at ES right now. Not really looking good for ES. Clearly, we don't want to see that. YM should just instantly take out this low. We shouldn't be coming back to the entry point or anything like in that aspect, just because it just wouldn't really make sense, right? We haven't taken out any liquidity here. Look at now NQ doing the same thing too, right? It's trying to close back within its above the gap here. Personally, I would like to see YM take this out. Like, it just the weakest. It makes sense. Taking this out can also give us that opportunity to continue going higher, trading higher, just because we have that SMT then with YM then for us to confirm that NQ is willing to continue going higher based off the next 4-hour candle that's going to be opening up within the next 15 minutes. So right now we just opened up a new 15-minute candle as well. Good closure on this 15-minute. So it's not a bad close. Again, on the 3-minute, we just want to see this expand lower. There shouldn't be no hesitation for price to hesitate here. We should just expand if price is willing to continue going lower from here, right? And I'm just specifically saying this to YM. NQ can just stagger like this, consolidate, while YM actually does the manipulation to confirm the move higher afterwards, right? Because at the end of the day, we are still bullish on the higher time frame based on previous day's candles closure. We're just now trading the manipulation here, right? Because as mentioned, we had no manipulation to base the move higher, right? So this is why we are trading this, because we are anticipating YM to manipulate the 4-hour swing point for us then to trade away from, right? Because then we'll have those confirmations to trade away from it to continue going higher. So hopefully that made sense for you guys. Okay, so I just got stopped out at break even right there. Let's see what price wants to do here now. Personally, I feel like it's still willing to continue going lower. I just don't look at NQ though. It's right now, it's just moving, it's a decoupled move right now. I think this can still continue going lower here. I think I might have just moved my stop loss just a little too tight here. But at the end of the day, it's okay. I did not want to just, at the end of the day, I did that for my risk management. Clearly, once we expand away, you clearly don't want to be seeing price retrace back into that. So I just wanted to manage my risk. And also, it's just because it's CPI tomorrow, so it's low probability today, guys. So yeah, so now we're actually seeing that move. Damn. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, so let's see if YM does that, and then we can see this move higher possibly if that happens. Because that's what we want to see, right? Clearly, we want to see some manipulation happen. A nice SMT at the lows for us to get that confirmation for the move higher. Yeah, you can see how NQ is just having a lot of trouble just trying to get in sync with ES and NQ. But even looking at ES as well, it's not showing the favorable move for us to continue going lower. Like, I could still see YM do it. I know there were days where it just left this and we continued going higher. So it happens. You know, this is the reason why I wanted to go BE, because I did not want to take a loss on a low probability day, especially if price is not going to be moving the way I would want to see it moving. Other days, if it's just a normal day, I would keep it definitely at the 50% or at the rejection block here. It's just to give it some breathing room. Yeah, it looks like YM's ready to drop down right now. Let's look at the higher time frame here. Yankees looking really strong here, just for us to reverse and continue going higher here, even on the 4-hour. It's a nice rejection. YM's very close to that swing point. I feel like it's still going to take it out. Damn. Stop loss did me dirty still. Yeah, look at that. Honestly, good move right here, guys. As you can see, price really, in a way, this trade played out. Clearly, it's going to tap into this swing point here. Yeah, nice move right here. Nice move. Did it take out the swing point? Yeah, it did. Don't tell me it's going to leave that failure swing. That'd be crazy to see. Let's look at gold for a sec. Ooh, gold expanded up nice. Yeah, YM is definitely going to take that low right now. Temptations to taking this short on ES to catch up with YM. Honestly, I'm gonna avoid that just because YM was the weakest here. I don't want to be trading the middle asset if NQ is just going to be staggering like this. I'd rather just wait and then wait for that 4-hour candle that's about to open within the next 5 minutes here. Ooh, and it's about to hit the target on YM. Damn, this would have been a nice trace shit. Of a little cheese, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie that I got stopped out before the move because this would have passed my this would have passed it, the combine, immediately. I think even right where it was right now, but it's all good. Yeah, because everything looking like it's willing to reverse here now. Like it's a little. I'm just seeing that price is actually willing to continue going lower here. See, look at dollar. As we mentioned, we want to see some liquidity being taken out. And there goes YM. YM's about to tap into it. And boom, right there. Let me take a screenshot of this to send to the group. So now, with this being taken out, we want to see now how price is going to react off this specific area if we're going to reverse now with this SMT confirmation that we have here. But we're just going to have to see how this 4-hour closes. I just don't really like how the hourly is right now. If YM fails to manipulate and continues going lower, then we can see ES and NQ do that. And then if anything, we can anticipate NQ to go lower, which we can actually try to trade NQ back to this 4-hour gap. That's only if YM fails to manipulate. Looking like NQ is doing that right now, but I'm not going to really engage in this since YM's right here at this swing point. I would need to see if YM starts to expand lower here. It's a little tricky there where it's at right now, so you got to be extra patient. Overall, great idea on this short idea that we were talking about on YM. Oops. Okay, it's 10 o'clock right now. So realistically, we have a bearish closure on all these assets here, right? Hourly, we have a nice C2 closure on the higher time frame. So I would personally want to see us form a up close candle, maybe trade into this gap and then have a change in the state of delivery if it's willing to continue going lower here. Again, if I miss this move, and then it is what it is. I keep interest trying to take this here to this rejection block. Yeah, 1 to 2 would have been right here. The risk would have been a little shitty because it's not even giving me one contract. It's like half a contract. So the risk is a little bit more riskier to be taking that. Yeah, but I'm more interested in this gap here. I want to see what prices are doing now. If we're opening low, high close type of scenario here. Because if YM starts to displace, manipulate and start to displace, start to reverse, then we can definitely see price continuing going higher for NQ specifically, since it's the strongest and it's the one creating the failure swings here. We have a 2-stage right here. 1, 2. So we can even mark it right here with this, your first stage, and then the second stage right here. So let's wait and see, guys. We're just gonna wait and see how YM reacts here. Again, we do have all these failure swings, right? So I really do like the fact that we left all this, because I do see us trying to engage back up to these highs. Even though we do have the reversal could just be a confirmation for the retracement aspect, right? Just because we had a nice daily C2 closure from yesterday's candle, so that's why I'm saying that I'm anticipating that type of reversal. Since YM was the weakest, clearly YM was able to attack this low. So now I want to really see if we can start failing to respect these bearish inefficiencies here, and then get that V-shaped reversal. You can see how YM's now starting to do that. We have this nice change in state of delivery right here that we'll be looking at. As mentioned, if we could start closing above this, I would like that. Even if we wait for the first half hour, right? Confirming this, the half hours right here, confirming this C2 closure. Maybe we can get that change in the state of delivery off this previous 30-minute candle, right? Same thing with ES, and then following YM as well, of course, as well. Yeah, YM was looking good. Look at that. That's a great reversal here. Yeah, let's see how this works here. We have this next 2-stage, as mentioned. So we have that reversal signature. Now we just want to see if we can target this high right here. YM's looking really strong. If not, we do have an SMT at this high here currently with this with YM. So if YM is willing to show if it's gonna, cause clearly NQ is the strongest, right? If YM is now doing a strength switch, taking out this high here, which is this high here on NQ, and we get that change in the state of delivery, then we can anticipate NQ and ES to follow and catch up with YM, taking out this low here, right? Because if it starts to expand lower and then YM is doing the same thing too, then it just shows that we're willing to not go higher, and then price wants to go back to here, right here, back to the swing point. Sorry, I didn't complete my sentence there. Yeah, because we do have now an S&T here within this high, so I think this makes more sense just because if YM was the one to actually expand first, then NQ, then you can see that this was a strength switch here. Now NQ is becoming the weakest here, while YM became the strongest, taking out that high, and now we're showing respect. Price is respecting, and now we're changing the state of delivery. So this shows us that price is willing to continue going lower here, back to this gap here that we created failure swings on NQ, and price wasn't and we actually didn't tap into it. So I feel like that's going from ERL, previous day's high, back to IRL in that aspect. So that's what I'm anticipating right now for NQ, because you can see on the 4 hour here we had no fill here. So based off YM's strength switch and if willing to fail to manipulate, this will give us the idea that ES and NQ are catching up now. Yeah. Let's remove this right here. Let's see what price is doing right here off this low. YM still going lower, and that's what I mean by how NQ should continue going lower. I think we should see NQ just explode here, going lower. It shouldn't really do anything other than like it should. We should, if anything, YM should just stagger, and NQ and ES should just catch up here. We want to see this after the swing point being taken out. We want to just see it expand lower here, right? ES was the one to take it out. Looking like NQ is just hesitating here right now, but I do see us just ripping right through it. And again, like I said, we want NQ and ES to catch up to this gap here. If ES taps into it first, and clearly I'll go break even, just to be precautious. Like I said, I don't want to be being taken out by an SMT, right? A possible reversal SMT. So I'd rather just be precautious there. Oh my god, shit's fucking leaking. Now we have this wick right here that we can start to respect here. All right, 50% of that. Personally, don't want to see it close above that, especially if it's trying to continue and going lower here. Yeah, it makes sense for this to go lower, just based off this C2 closure at 9 a.m. with the SMT now, with YM. It really makes sense for us just to continue going lower now. Nothing really showing us that prices are willing to continue going higher at the moment, until maybe we come into a better discount. Yeah, we have this SMT here. I'll mark that right now. Yeah, let's see if we can get a change in the state of delivery at this order block here, this propulsion block, to see if we can give us that confirmation that price is willing to go higher from here. I mean, lower from here, sorry. And then we can get that nice break through that swing point here. YM is doing the same thing too. All assets are in sync right now. So, like I said, I want to see ES and NQ do this. I want to see the big moves happen on NQ and ES, since YM was already at this swing point, right? So I want these two to catch up right now. Oh, wire deposit received. Let's go. So good expansion right here. I'm really looking at ES to see how we react off this. Clearly, I don't want to get stopped off by an SMT, so this is why I'm just trying to be precautious here. Like YM can just also continue going higher. It could just be like I said, consolidate while NQ and ES catch up. That's just the way I look at it. right? Because now we're just creating failure swings on NQ, literally equal lows right here. Equal lows right here. So I'd rather see NQ just go right, rip it through. Again, it's just high resistance because it's the day before CPI. So just be extra precautious, guys. Just be a little more patient and just, I guess you can say, let the trade play out. Yeah, if we get this nice change in the state of delivery, it will look really good for NQ. ES is not really showing that. You know what? Yeah, just yeah, really not the best move, to be honest. Now that I'm just looking at it, just yeah, YM's not showing us to manipulate now. It's not failing to manipulate. It's looking like it's trying to manipulate here. So again, we just have to be very careful here just to really see what price is doing, because at the end of the day, we are bullish on the higher time frame. It's just with YM now expanding back into the range, it doesn't show like it's giving us the good confirmation for NQ and ES to continue going higher. I mean lower, sorry. Okay, hold on guys, my mom's calling me, so just give me a sec. Yeah, crazy how YM is now expanding. Yeah, it's actually nuts how YM is actually expanding. I really like YM now, just because we do have an SMT here. Right here. Right, we have that two-stage SMT. So seeing that would be really good. Maybe best to wait for the 30-minute candle. I think that's just going to be my better view here, is waiting for this 30-minute. We got 10 more minutes to within this candle, so I think I'd rather just wait for the 30-minute and then trade the continuation higher, just to confirm, because now we have a PSP here, possible PSP, depends on how the closure is. So yeah, we'll just wait and see. Just gonna go use the washroom, guys. I'll be right back. All right. Everything's looking good here. Again, we have a nice SMT right here, like I said. Let me just remove this shit. Nice SMT right here. And then we have another SMT. Well, actually no SMT because they all took it out here. But yeah, we're waiting for the C2 reversal here to get confirmation to try to now engage into these highs here, since YM was the one to take it out. We got about 3 more minutes left. Let's see how much more coffee I have. Hold on, I gotta check this confirmation here. So we're just waiting, guys, for this 30-minute to close. So. Okay, shit, I gotta do this before I leave work so I can get that done. Okay, so we have a nice change in the state of delivery here. We have a nice C2 closure on all three assets, guys. Oops. Hourly, the 4 hour, we all close bearish. So no, we just have that two-stage reversal signature. Like I said, we created equal lows here on NQ, but clearly NQ is the strongest, so we will be looking at that. I want to just see an open low high close of a scenario to engage into these failure swings here. Yeah, dollar looks like now we're rejecting lower here. Like I mentioned earlier, as I said, we wanted to see if we could take out a swing point here. Even on the 30-minute. On the 50-minute, we filled in a gap here. 5-minute, we took out this swing point. So it is playing out, and we're now generating all this liquidity. So I do see a dollar going lower, which gives us the confirmation for price to continue going higher here for the indices. YM hasn't really got its change in the state. NQ is the only one currently at the moment. Just remove this out of the way. Okay, so beautiful open. We have that nice change in the state of delivery here. Let's see how we want to see price go here from now. 10:30 is a good time also for a reversal signature. So seeing this is a very good sign for us. Now let's see how we get this 3-minute close. If this closes, then I'll take a stab on this, putting my stop loss just below here. We do have this breaker, right? We have the fair value gap here. So I wouldn't want to see price come into this 50% here. Like even if we did take a trade here and move the stop loss here and then maybe engage up to here, that's a 1.5. Not really the best. So we'll have to make it like a, just maybe give it some space here. But let's see how we get this 3-minute closure here. At the end of the day, we do have that nice C2 closure on the 30-minute, as I mentioned. A two-stage cracking correlation from the downside with YM, as YM being the manipulation here. ES was able to take out this low here, and NQ creating the NQ creating the equal lows here. So yeah, just patiently waiting, guys. Patiently waiting. Let me see if I had this marked properly here. Yep. Yeah, so as of right now, we only have a 30-minute C2 closure. Based off the hourly, we might get it within this next half hour. But again, I think we're just going to be anticipating this C2 if we get a good closure on the 3-minute. Because right now we have it on the 30-minute, changing the state of delivery, right? So we're willing to continue going higher from here. YM is near this high here. I'll take a stab on this just with one contract, just because now I'm just thinking with YM forming this SMT here. Yeah, let's see how price can now respect this. If we're willing to continue going higher, then this should not come retrace any lower, right? Like we should just start taking out these failure swings. I just don't like how YM was the one to take the... Oh, we actually didn't take out the high, which is a good thing. I'm just marking out my stop loss and everything here. Yeah, if we can all start expanding here, as you can see, I think YM's trying to get into this gap here. So I'm just marking this properly here on YM. Well, the gaps here on the daily time frame is right here, so yeah. But other than that, we want to see NQ now starting to target these highs here. Same thing with ES. Everything is like clearly moving together. I personally thought that YM was going to just maybe stagger a little and then NQ be the strength leader to continue going higher. But YM is showing the strength as well here. So, but as of right now, I don't want to see us reverse. I just want to see us expand. Yeah, we currently do have an SMT at the high, but I would like to see NQ break this SMT clearly. Once we start breaking this SMT, then it just shows us that it's just an SMT break, and then we're willing to continue going higher from here. We're just going to invalidate this SMT because clearly we have the confirmation from the downside for this move higher, right? So there shouldn't be no like problems, I would say, for price to tap into these highs here, because these are all failure swings, right? These are all failure swings. So price needs to take out some liquidity because we already did the damage down to the downside, right? It's all jagged here. So now we're looking at all these smooth edges here. Yeah, it's looking good for NQ here. Like I said, we want to see this being targeted first here. This high. Yeah, once we take out this high, then it would be really good for us to not be, in a way, concerned that price is going to hesitate taking out these highs. But as of right now, I was surprised that NQ wasn't the strongest one. I was thinking that since it was not the one to take out that 4-hour swing point, that I was anticipating NQ to be the strength leader. Because clearly YM is much higher in the range compared to NQ. Let's go NQ. Start taking out these highs right here. You know, all these swing points right here. Beautiful move right there. Let's see if we can attack that high. Yeah, until we hit a relevant swing point, I'm not really concerned about anything else other than that. Like NQ should have no problem hitting the high here. Like look at all of them all move together and aligned. So it's really good. Let's see if NQ can hit this high here. Clearly NQ is actually the strongest because it's actually closer to that high. So I would want to see us taking out that high here. Look at YM also trying to catch up to that, because YM at that high is basically at the swing relevant high here. Sorry, I'm just talking all like messed up right now. My bad. Yeah, you want to see this continuing going higher here. Again, we're just playing from high to high, right? All clear failure swings, so there should be no hesitation here at all for price to reject off these areas, except if we hit a relevant high here, right? If one of them do. Yeah, everything's moving good. YM is just flying here. Yeah, YM is flying here. We should just really follow up with everything else here. Yeah, there should be no hesitation here at all. Let's go, NQ. Let's go. Come on, you got it, baby. You got it, baby. Don't let me down. Look at all these assets moving together. It's beautiful. ES is also almost there at that point also. That's it, right there. Right there. Beautiful. Now let me just move this here. Nice. And there we have it. Fuck. We did it. As you can see, guys, right here, we just passed it. Wow. What an achievement for me, man. Honestly, and I'm grateful that you guys are here to be watching this with me. Cause yeah, it's a very it's a very happy thing, man. God bless. Without Jesus Christ and my girlfriend and just my mentor Christian, I would have never done this. And honestly, I'm just grateful that I was able to pass this. As you can see, I was a little nervous throughout this whole trade, just because I've just been eyeing the whole balance throughout this whole trade. But I should have never done that. Again, that's just a little flaw. But you just got to give me a break because I was just excited to pass it. So other than that, yeah, I'm just very grateful for everything. Let's see now what happens here. Let me just screenshot this. Sorry, guys. I'm just oops. I think I'm supposed to be getting an email now. I'm not sure how this works. Oh yeah, they just emailed me right now. Wow. God bless, guys. God bless. I would have not done this without God, guys. And like I said, I'm just so grateful for myself, with God, my mentor Christian, like I said, and with everyone that was like helping me out on the way to becoming funded. So this is just the first step to many things on my journey into becoming a profitable trader, a full-time trader. So how does this? Choose your path to payout. Standard path. Request a payout after 5 winning days of 150 plus. Each payout allows you to take up to 50% of your account balance, up to 5,000. Or consistency path. Request a payout by trading at least 3 days. With your largest winning day no more than 40% of total profit. This path allows you to request payouts sooner, up to 50% of your account balance, up to 6,000. Ways to win winning days do not need to be consecutive, and full details for both paths are available in our top step policy payout. Fastest payouts. Request your payout as soon as you're eligible, and we'll get access for you right away. have to pay for this? What the fuck? I did not expect that. Alright guys, other than that, I'm just going to be dealing with this, but I will be ending the stream here. Hopefully you guys found this resourceful. At the end of the day, it was very very tricky morning session, but we were able to get it in line and manage our risk to the T. And other than that, guys, that is it, guys. Hopefully you guys can review this and just base it off your own model. But other than that, guys, stay